Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to bind our pages into the cover that we made in episode 1. As you can see, we have we used a cracker box, we used some fabric, which is just old sheets, and some Aleene's Tacky glue, and we have created this. And so we're going to bind this, right? But first I want to show you some tools of the trade. Okay, I have this tool right here. Okay, but before I realized that I could use this tool, I went ahead and purchased other tools that I guess I really didn't need, but that's okay because I can use them for other things. So if you do not have this big tool, which I know it's an investment, and you can, you know, if your budget allows you to get something like this, I would say go for this because this makes it a whole lot. It's a game changer. Okay. This is an awl. You may already have an awl. Maybe your husband has an awl in the garage. I don't know. You may have one in your kitchen. So an awl, and then the cork is just to, you know, keep our fingertips safe. This is to cut the board, but we've already done that part. But I also have this teeny tiny one which came from Harbor Freight, and I find it's sharper than this one that I got from the Dollar Tree, but either one works. Something to cut whatever kind of board that you're using for the book cover. Okay, this is to fold your pages. It's a bone folder. Any kind of bone folder will work, or you can use, you know, like the edge of your scissor or a pencil or credit card or something firm to burnish your pages. But this is a Teflon bone folder, which I highly recommend. It's something I'm happy to have. And then we need needles. Okay, now my favorite needle to use, and I cannot remember for the life of me right now, I think it's called the tapestry needle, or maybe those of you that deal with needles all the time, maybe you can help us. But it's blunt, okay, and it has a large eye so that you can fit thicker cording. This is a cord, or you can use this. This is like some sort of cotton something. I got it at a garage or a thrift store. It's very much like embroidery floss, and then you can also use embroidery floss to you know, to do your binding. I've seen people use yarn, which case you might need a larger eye. Okay, I do have this one that's very, very large. Okay, but it has a very sharp end, and I have poked myself with it. So like if you have issues where, you know, you bleed easily or whatever, you want to maybe get the blunt one. But what is it called? Is it tapestry? I think it's a tapestry, or it's an embroidery needle. I can't remember. I should have done my research before I started the video. Okay, so, and then I have some paper clips to hold things together as you are binding. It's good to keep all your pages together. This is just something that I have from a long time ago. It has a pokey tool on one side. So if you already have something to poke holes, you may, you know, find that this would be helpful. Okay. All right. So I'm actually setting a timer for myself because I'm a little long-winded. All right. So let's get started. Okay. I am going to, for today, I'm just going to show you what I do. Okay. And then if you really want me to show you using the awl, I will do it. This is why I'm here. I'm here for you, for my subscribers. Okay. Let me show you some that I've done different ways. Okay. On this one, the holes are large enough that I was able to use, oh no, sorry, this is not the one. This one, I used that cording. This one right here that I got from the thrift store, that's that cording. Okay. Then this one, I used embroidery floss, and you can see this was one of the first ones that I made, and I actually used an awl on this one, and this is a book cover from the thrift store. On this one, I learned this one from Joey DeFee, and it's a piece of, what do you call this, seam binding, but I used the big chomper thing. And then this one here, I used the cording that I'm going to show you today, but this one is actually a little different because it's a different color. So I'm trying to find it. Where is it? Okay, well, I'm not going to look for it, but it's basically the same type of thing. That one is waxed, and it's really, really nicely waxed, but if you look for wax cording, you'll find it on Amazon. And then this one is just cording, and gosh, I think it's like 1/8 of an inch thick. I really like this. This doesn't have hardly any waxing. I think I bought it thinking it was waxed, and I find that it's not very waxed, but it's okay. It still works. And look at this. So I have it in black and brown and like a creamy color. And so yeah, so I'm just going to show you with the black today. It's much easier to see, and I just keep it in my little Dollar Tree jar. Okay, so yeah, so I used the waxed cording on that. All right, let me move all of these books, and I'm going to show you the pages. Okay, so for the pages, you can use whatever you want. You can use scrapbook paper, printer paper, you can use junk mail, junk envelope, you know, envelopes. Just look around you. You have paper everywhere, I'm sure. And if it's something that you don't really need to file away, consider it fair game. You can junk journal with it, okay? Because remember, all you're trying to do is use stuff that you would normally throw away. But maybe that's not what you like, and you want to use your scrapbook paper, then do it. You want to use cardstock, do it. It's your project, okay? But I'm going to show you using junk mail. This is a book out of a children's dictionary. This is a Hummel book that I have, that I got from the thrift store. This is a spelling book. This is some sort of a science book, all from the thrift store. This is like a planet Earth type of like pictures from above kind of book, okay? And so what I did was I went into the book and I started, you can use atlases. Like, who uses atlases anymore? You can find those in thrift stores. I looked, see here, okay, you can actually remove an entire, what we call a signature. I'm too close here. Let me move this up. So here, you can actually remove an entire, if you're careful and patient, talking to myself. But I don't know if you can see it well, but there's some threads right there. So I'm just being very careful because the paper is, I mean, this book isn't like antique or anything. It is older and the paper is kind of fragile. So I look for the middle, and this way, now we're at the middle of the signature. This is a signature. It's a group of pages. And now look, I've got a longer piece, okay? Or I could cut this in half and have a shorter piece, whatever. But nevertheless, I have a longer piece of paper, okay? So that's what I did with this one. And I folded it in half. And you use your bone folder, or, you know, a pencil, or the edge of your scissor, you know, just to get a really good crease on it, okay? And so that's what I'm gonna do with all my papers. And I took some, I get tons of these, okay? Might as well put them to good use. And because I already have my book cover, I know just about how, like where I want the pages to stop. So just because these are too wide, see what I did was I folded it just at random. This one's actually exactly in half, and then I just, okay, and if you want to use a sewing machine, you can sew these, or you can glue them, or you could paper clip them closed, you know, however you want to do it. The sky's the limit. Okay, here's the BJ's one, so I'm gonna put that one in the middle. Here's this one. Maybe I want to put this one on the outside. There's no right or wrong. You're just gonna fold the pages. This one, I did the same thing. I took it out of the book, and perhaps, what do I want to show? I'm not even sure. I kind of like this side because I like this map here. So maybe I will fold it exactly in half. Let's see here. Or no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna again use this as my guide to see how tall I want it. And then I'm gonna fold this in half. Okay. And then now see, I have this world map. I'm in love with maps. So, you know, you just, whatever you like, whatever picture, whatever part it is that speaks to you. And if you don't like any of the images that are on your, like these are upside down, we're gonna cover this. We're gonna embellish this. These are just your bases for what you're gonna do to embellish your pages. Okay, so now I can take this and fold it back. And so I have a pretty picture there. And then this one, I can fold it back, and don't fold it back the same way just because I want to. Again, it's up to you how you want. And then of course I'm gonna give it a little test and see that when I close the book, it's, you know, not gonna stick out. However, can it stick out? Like, what if you're like, why not? Why can't it stick out? There's no reason why it can't stick out. So maybe I want to put that one there. And maybe I want to fold this one like this. And maybe I want to fold this one the other way. Why? Because I can. Okay, and again, just there. Okay, and then you just keep going and just do however many you want. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 pages here. I'm just gonna do one more. And just because it looks really thin at this point, once we decorate these, they're gonna grow and they're gonna mushroom. So you wanna keep that in mind, you know, when you're doing these. So I'm going to use this one here. No, let's use this spelling paper right here. I don't know why. I just want to. Okay. Again, I don't really, I try not to think about it too much because overthinking can really get you down, because then you're just, you know, second guessing yourself. So I'm going to make a little short pocket on this one. Okay, let's see how much time. Okay, so we've chosen our pages. I'm going to put this one, make it the middle page. Okay, and that's it. Okay, now you're going to find the center of this part, the binding or the spine of your book. Find the center. You can use a ruler. I have this ruler. This is a centering ruler, and so that's good for those purposes. So I'm going to find the center. Okay, and then I'm going to make 3 holes here. I'm going to eyeball the center. If you're, you know, love to have things be very, very accurate, go for it. The only thing you want to know is where is the center. So then I'm going to move up and maybe go up to the top here, and perhaps I could even do it this way. So as long as you're nice and straight, because you want these holes, You do want the holes to be in a straight line, okay? All right, now this one, I put it a little closer to the top because that's how I remember that this is the top, because this hole is closer to the top, if that, you know, if that helps you, okay? It helps me. So at this point, if I was using the awl, I would poke the holes. I'm gonna use my favorite tool and just chomp the holes, and I'm gonna choose the smaller hole. So if you have this and it scares you because you don't know how to use it, there are so many videos on YouTube on how to use this tool. So I'm looking for the holes and just chomping through. It's so easy. Okay, that's it. Okay, so simple. All right, so this is going to be our front cover, and it's going to be my back cover. Now let's find our pages. Okay, at this point you need to decide, because these pages are not all the same size, you need to decide where you want your papers and make sure that they stay where you want them. Now, something that I neglected to share with you is that if you have, okay, when I ripped this signature out of this book, it created these holes right here, and that is not a big deal. If you have any kind of tape, masking tape, washi tape, Scotch tape, whatever you have, use that and put it over that area to because that's going to be a weak area and your pages might rip out of your book. So I definitely would recommend strengthening them, because with all the work that you're going to put into this, you're not going to want it to tear. So this is just some washi tape I got from Amazon, and I'm going to tear it down the middle because this is really just, it's not that it's too wide, it's just kind of like a waist in my mind. If you don't want to be bothered, then just put the whole strip down. I'm just kind of frugal that way. So see, I'm just putting it down, and guess what? It strengthens that area of the page, and it's going to be decorative as well. So I'm going to do the other side with this part. Okay, and if you don't like it torn, then use your scissor and cut it, and it will look nice. It, you know, the only person that can decide what looks good is you. So you decide, you know, I like the torn look, I don't like the torn look. I like both. All right, so there we go. Okay, so now we're ready to continue, now that we've done a little bit of gave it a facelift there, or a, you know, just like I said, securing it. All right, so let's put this guy on the outside. So I really love the picture there. And then I'm going to put the spelling paper in the middle. And then I'm going to use my paper clips, clip them, and make sure they're clipped, again, how you want them to be in the page, and that you remember what's up and down. Because I think, you know, if you don't pay attention, and I've done this before, I put it in upside down, and one thing that does bother me is if the picture's upside down and I really liked it, and now it's upside down, I might go, oh, okay, well, no big deal, but it's gonna bother me. So just make sure. That's the one thing I would recommend you make sure of. Okay, so now we've got that seam down the middle. And what I do is I put it here, and it's just like so complicated. Look at this. Watch this. Again, make sure this is the top, this is the top. I make a mark where the holes are. Okay. I don't know if you can see it, okay, but I've made marks here, here, and here. Oh, there it is, okay? And so where I'm gonna open it up really well, okay? And this is why you want to use paper clips, so that everything stays nice and aligned. The pages stay aligned. And then I'm going to chomp it at those marks, but chomp it on the marks, but at the seam part, okay? Because the mark is like to the side of the seam, just because that's how I was holding it. So I would go to the side of it, okay? And it's really quite forgiving. It's okay. And the first one you make, you know, there may things that you look at it and say, wow, I'm not really super excited about this book, but it's okay. Just do it, and then you'll know, okay, next time I need to be careful of this or that or the other thing. Okay, now this is where the fun part, because now it's going to look like a book. We are going to use, this is a pointy one, but it has the biggest eye, and I kind of want to just you know, not have to fuss with it too much, with, you know, the part of eyeing or putting the cording through the eye. Okay, all right, so if you want the tails to be on the inside, you would start in this middle hole here and go that way, okay, in. I like my tails on the outside because I like to hang and dangle little beads and little things off of those tails. So I'm going to do it exactly like I did the other one, okay? And then later I'll show you alternative ways. Okay, so you put it through. If you look on Pinterest and under bookbinding, you will see there's a diagram that shows you, you know, like how to thread it through. I look at it like it's an 8, like a figure 8. Okay, so this is the middle of the 8, and we go to the top of the 8. Okay, go back through. Okay, be careful that you don't pull it out. And then now you're going to go through this hole, the one that's at the bottom of the book. Okay, and then we're going back to the center of the figure 8. Does that make sense? Okay, and then we put each side there. You've got 2 sides now. We can cut it. Okay, put this back over here so I don't lose it. And then we tie it so that this piece is between these 2 lengths. Okay, and I'm just checking to see that all the pages, that I went through all the pages. You do want to do that. Okay, I know that I did, but always check, always double check. But my video is getting super long, and so there we have a bound junk journal. Okay, and I'll show you that the pages turn. We've got little interesting areas to open. Oh, I actually, okay. Now, there are people who will decorate their pages before they bind them. I've never done that, not because I don't think that's a good idea. I just have never done that. I do want to make one like that where I first decorate and then bind. But I want to show you just how I've been doing it. Okay, and so see, we have pockets. I love this. I'm very pleased with this. Okay, now something that I did with the other one that I didn't do with this because I forgot was I did sew. I sewed these down with a sewing machine. If you don't have a sewing machine, that's okay. You can hand sew it, or I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use eyelets here and here to secure these down. And let's go. Let's just do it. Since we have the tool here, and I'm, you know, likely to forget what I did. Okay. So I'm not even gonna like mark it or anything. You can. If you like to mark things, then make yourself a mark where you want your hole to be. I'm just eyeballing it because I'm trying to finish. You hear my kitty? He's so polite. He wants to go out. Yeah. I will help you in a moment. Oops. Okay, and then I've got, that was the, which hole was that? The 1/8 hole. So I've got these 1/8 hole eyelets. I got them on Amazon. I seem to do most of my shopping on Amazon. I could not find eyelets at Michael's or Hobby Lobby or Joann's. I have all of those relatively near to where I live, and I couldn't find them there. So, and I have a ton, that's just it. Like, I have a ton of eyelets, but I wanted these brass ones and I couldn't find them, so I had to go to Amazon. Now this is actually, make sure you squeeze it really well. I'm not sure if this is going to hold very well. We shall see. We shall see. But we can also glue it. But I like this because now this creates another place for you to dangle something. Okay, but see how it did not come through the fabric? That's okay. It's not ruined. Okay, but now we've got like another little pocket. So boom. I could also come in here and do it, but what we're gonna do is put corners. Oh, well, oh no, that's there. Okay, never mind. All right, folks, so that's it. Please leave me a comment down below, even if it's just to say hi. It's so encouraging. Leave me a thumbs up if you like this video. You know, subscribe if you like what you see. So thank you for joining me. See you next time on episode 3, where we will begin to decorate the pages. Thank you. Bye.